Hello, welcome to Late Night Creations. My name is Kendra. Today is the last fall video of 2022. So I have 3 beautiful creations for you and I want you to give it a big thumbs up for me. Leave a comment, let me know which is your favorite. Let's get on with the crafting.
I picked up these 2 adorable pumpkins at Dollar Tree when I was on vacation because my Dollar Tree didn't have them. So now I'm just going to use my heat gun to get that little burlap bow off there because it was stuck on there. Stuck like Chuck. Excuse me. So, came off good. Happy about that. Now I'm just going to take my sanding blocks that I get on Amazon. I will link those in the description box below in case you're interested. They came in a multi-pack and it was a really good buy. So I'm just going to sand them down, get them nice and smooth so that it will take the paint good. And I have this Dixie Belle in Sawmill Gravy, and I shouldn't have used it out of the lid first because for some reason it was a little more watery. But as I started using it out of the jar, oh my goodness, my first time to use Dixie Belle. Love, love, love. And when I was in the antique mall, I found a dealer here local, so I don't have to order it. And she is a doll. And so I can't wait to go purchase more Dixie Belle paint and rub-on transfers from her. So I'm just doing this in the Canyon Sunset that I've used all fall. I totally love this paint. It is such a beautiful orange. It's just perfect, in my opinion, for my fall decor. So I gave this 2 coats because you can see it wasn't covering that monogram. Now I'm just going to take my sanding block again and just distress it a little bit. I didn't even paint over those distressed parts because I liked where they had the distressing. So I just gave it a little extra distressing on the edges, and I tried to get that little sanding block in those places that were already distressed, and then I just took a little extra off and took my nice little t-shirt and my little scrap of a t-shirt and wiped it clean. Now I'm taking this dark wax by DIY and I'm going to just make some shadows. And this stuff is really an incredible product. If you haven't tried it yet, you should try it. I get mine from Upcycle by Bree. I'll leave her link in the description box below to her website. She does really fast shipping. It's just really good stuff. So put a little on, kind of wipe it off. It's kind of like a glaze. And then, I decided I got a little too much. So you take their clear wax and rub it on there, and it acts like a little bit of an eraser. It is so nice. And then the finish that it gives is not really a slick finish. It's not a matte finish. It's just right. I sound like Goldilocks. It's not too slick. It's not too matte. It's just right. Okay, by now, if you've watched my channel at all, you know I'm a dork. So this is all for your entertainment. Otherwise, it would be terribly boring. So I'm doing the same thing on this orange one. And, you know, this is all personal preference. However much you like to do. If you want to make it super dark in there, you can make it super dark. I just wanted a little bit of shadowing in there. So, you know, it just, give it the look that I want. Now, I have these little random leaves that I got from Dollar Tree. I've had them in my stash probably 3 or 4 years. And then I have this little paper. This is just a little chunk of it. It came in 8.5 by 11 sheets on a pad from Hobby Lobby, and I've had it for years, so I don't even know if they still sell it or not, but if you can find it, grab you some. It is so fun to do banners and all kinds of stuff with because it's a little bit stiffer than burlap, but it looks like burlap. So you can see I just traced it and cut it out, and it has it feels almost like cardboard. So now I'm going to glue that white. It's not really white. It's kind of a between. It's kind of a grayish. We'll call it grayish, but I love it. It's a beautiful color. You're gonna be seeing a lot more of that in my DIYs. Okay, so I'm gonna glue it on top, and it's gonna stand up really nice. And just gluing it on top. Then I'm gonna put that burlap leaf on the back, but first I think I'm gonna put some twine around the stems, just the base of the stem. I'm not gonna do the whole stem like I do sometimes. I just need it to have a little embellishment. You know, I don't know. You can leave a comment below and let me know. Like, as creative people, there's no rhyme or reason why we do things. It's just like, hey, I think this will look good, I'll do it. And then if it doesn't look good, we rip it apart. let me know if that's how you craft, because that's what I do. Oh, I think that'll look cute. And then sometimes I do it and like, yep, that wasn't so cute. So I just thought that would look cute to wrap that around there. And then I'm going to glue one of those little green leaves on top of that to give it some dimension. And then I'm going to try to figure out where I want to place that. It's kind of hard to tell when it's laying down. I want it to be in the camera shot for you guys to see, but it's hard for me to tell because if I want to get on top of it, then my head is in the camera. So I'm trying to place it where I think it'll look good. And then I have these little pit berries. I was schooled on that in a live video I did with Connie at Connie's Creative Creations. And she told me these are called pit berries. Did not know that. So, yeah, they're really pretty. They're very fallish. I got some in different colors too, so I'm going to be able to use those during the holiday season as well. So I'm just wrap it around the end of my X-Acto knife. You can use a pencil, you can use a dowel rod, whatever. Then I made this little it's not burlap, that is twine. So I'm going to make a little twine bow with several loops, and I just think it's so cute. I don't know. Let me know. Do you think twine bows are cute? I think they're cute. I think they just add just a little touch, especially like little tiny twine bows. I think they're cute. So I decided it needed one more little green leaf in there. So I'm going to stick that little green leaf in there. I glued it in, and there's the finished product. Let me know what you think about this little pumpkin DIY. Okay, next fall DIY is so cute. So I filled those holes with the spackle from Dollar Tree on both of them. I'm doing both of these exactly the same. So I'm going to kind of go back and forth. So I have this same bluish green that I've used all this fall season. All fall, y'all. And it's called Greenscape, and it's by Folk Art, and it's one of their colors in their matte collection. So I did the truck in this color. This is actually my favorite color in the whole wide world. And so I got a little tiny brush to get in there, and I'm going to paint the tires black. And this is a black by, I'm pretty sure it's DIY paint. It's called Debbie's something, but it's Debbie's, I don't know, DIY. We just call it DIY, I guess, DIY paint. And then the inside, the hubcaps, I'm just going to paint them a solid gray. I'm not sure if this is silver lining or, I don't know, it's just a gray. You do whatever you like. Now I'm using the antique wax and just painting it on here with almost, this is an old brush, and it's hard to get a lot of paint on the brush. So that's why I'm using it, because I don't want to put a lot of that on there. So I just put some on there, and then I'm just going to wipe it off with my little old scrap of a t-shirt. I use that. I cut it in little like 6 by 6 inch squares, and I just use them. Okay, off camera, I guess, I put a teeny tiny little burlap bow on those pumpkins, and now I'm just using this white paint marker. I got those, I believe I got those on Amazon. I'll try to remember to link that in the description box below also. I need to keep a list of what all I'm supposed to link. I'll try to remember what all I used in here that I got on Amazon, and leave you guys some links, and you can just click on that link and go in and see if that's something you want to purchase to add to your stash. Okay, so now I'm just using this, what did I, oh yes, I used that DIY wax on those pumpkins, and I just am using the leftover on the rag. I didn't add extra to the rag. This is just what's left over, so I'm just kind of putting it where I want it on here to give it a little dimension. So there, I had a little left in that paintbrush, so I'm just rubbing it on my little t-shirt, and there you go. Now, I have these little wooden pumpkins. You can get these at Dollar Tree, and they have a hole in them, like as an ornament. But I got these at Hobby Lobby, and they were 40% off. And however many were in a package, I can't remember, but they were cheaper than the ones at Dollar Tree, and I like them better. I like the shape better, and I like that they don't have the hole in case you don't want that hole in there, you don't have to fill it. So I did that dark wax by DIY on there. Just kind of dry brushed it on. And now I'm dry brushing that Canyon Sunset, just kind of what was left over there on my palette, or my, I got a mess on this board. And then I'm doing another little teeny tiny twine bow. I just dry brushed that Canyon Sunset on there and kind of wiped it with my t-shirt. I love the way this turned out. This was kind of just something I did. It's kind of one of those creative things. How I think this might look good. Let me try it. And now I'm making a garland with this. A banner. Garland, banner. I think it's a banner. It's definitely a banner. So I'm going to drill some holes now with my drill and my drill bit. And I think those holes weren't big enough. I had to go back in and drill bigger holes, but I did not show you that because that would be redundant. So 2 holes on each side of these pumpkins, and 1 on each end of the trucks. This turns out so cute, y'all. You're gonna love it. I just have that piece of wood. You can see all those holes in there. I've just been using it over and over. So now I have my thicker twine and a piece of tape on the end, and I'm just gonna run it through and put it all way down there. So, you know, if I have extra, I can adjust it, but I want to make sure I have enough. I'm telling y'all, you're gonna love this. So I'm just stringing pumpkin, truck, pumpkin, truck, pumpkin. And so that pumpkin right there in between the trucks is actually the middle of this banner. I don't have a fireplace, I don't have a mantle, so I don't really have anywhere to hang this, but I just hung it on the wall in my craft cottage to take a picture for you guys. I can't wait for you to see it. Now I got this fabric and that orange fabric you just saw at Dollar Tree, and I have it doubled over, and I'm going to cut little 1-inch strips. I'm just going to take my scissors, and every inch, it doesn't have to be perfect, about every inch I'm going to snip, 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 snip. And then once I get it down, I just did 12 inches. So I just did the length of the ruler. And then I just ripped them. And I should have shown you this in like real time because I did it so fast. It was so quick. I also did this with the orange fabric, the exact same procedure. And I didn't show it to you on camera because that would be redundant. So I have a big pile of the orange ones and the checkered ones. And I also did it with that canvas drop cloth that I've had for years that I just keep crafting with. Now I did this slow. I slowed this down. I make a loop. I pull that up through the back because I like the way it looks, almost like a tie. You know, it looks, you can do it the other way and it looks cute too, but this way it has that little knot on the front side. Kind of looks like a man's tie. But I love how this looks. Okay, so I did this in between each pumpkin and truck. So I think I just show you I know I'm not going to show you every time I did that because it's the same. So I'm showing you how you can adjust it to make it however far apart you want them to be. So it slides on there. So the truck and the pumpkins slid a little better than the fabric because I had them on there so tight. I think I actually did loosen it up a little bit and make it a little bit further apart. But anyway, you get the idea. And plus, you may not like yours like that. You may want more fabric in between them. You may want it further apart. You may not want any fabric between. So now I'm just kind of trimming the tails of the fabric, making them, I don't even want them even, but I wanted some of them cut at an angle. I wanted some of them to be longer and shorter. I don't know. Again, no rhyme or reason. Just decided to cut them, and they were a little bit long. I didn't mind if some of them were longer, but I didn't want them to all be that long. So I finished that and put them in between each one. And now I'm going to make a tassel out of some strips of this canvas drop cloth. I'm going to link one in the description box below, but I've gotten them online and I've gotten them at Home Depot. They're about the same price. I'll see if I can find one that's a good price on Amazon right now. So I just tied a knot up there because that's where we're going to connect it to our banner. And then I'm taking this white twine. You could use burlap twine. Burlap twine if you want, whatever color you want. And I'm just wrapping it around the top a couple times and then tying it in a knot. I'm going to put a little dab of hot glue underneath that because I don't want a big fat knot. So I just want to put a little dab of hot glue under there and then tie it real tight and it'll hold. And then I'm trying to adjust it, and yeah, that glue was hot. It's called hot glue for a reason. Okay. So I didn't want to double knot it because I didn't want a big fat knot back there. I think you understand that. And then just tie it on there. I did one of these on each end. And oh my goodness, tell me if you love this banner. I love this banner. If I had a fireplace, I would want one of these for every season because this is so cute. Yeah, I just trimmed up my little twine. Anywhere there was some of those, you know, rough pieces. Look how cute this is. At the end, I'm going to show you a video of the whole thing, but this is the gist of it. That's that middle one. Okay, next and last fall DIY for 2022. I got this little sign back in the summer at Dollar Tree. I took that little rubbery kind of sand dollar off there. I tried to take the little nails off. That little rooftop was actually nailed on there. Couldn't get those off there, so I just hammered them in. And you can see I'm hammering on my table, and it's making my camera go crazy. So I was going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth between that beautiful blue scrapbook paper and then this beautiful, it looks like fall leaves, scrapbook paper. I couldn't decide. I almost wanted to be able to have a poll and see what you guys thought. I wish you could be telling me through the camera. So I just cut both of them and put them on there so I could have a good visual of what it's going to look like. Oh, I was trying to make up my mind. I loved how that copper and that blue looked. And then I switched this and I put it on there. Let's try this one out. And I fell in love with it. So yeah, I was just trying to decide, but I did fall in love with that one. So that was the one I used. Just a regular old glue stick. Lots of it though. Like I use plenty of it, and I've never had a problem with this not sticking or staying. Just rub it in really, really good. Sometimes I'll use my squeegee to smash out that glue really good. I'm just going to hot glue this on. I think it'll stay on good because it's got that paper to adhere to. I don't think that I need to nail it back on. So I'm going to push it out to the edges, and then I'm going to trim that paper off that is overlapping. And then I'm going to just glue this beautiful little pumpkin. I got that pumpkin at Dollar General for $1. I thought it was really good, but I got some leaves too. They had leaves and pumpkins, and they had that little thankful, blessed, grateful, those words on a little wooden tag. I thought that was a great buy for $1. Now I just am going to tie that around the top of the pumpkin and glue it so it dangles where I want it to. I'm going to take this teeny, teeny, tiny little sunflower I got at Dollar Tree, put it right in the center, and call that finished. I think it's a super simple, easy, and cute decor piece for fall. So there it is, finished with the pumpkins, and then here is the big reveal of all the fall DIYs in my last fall DIY video for 2022. So let me know what you think. Which one was your favorite? Would you recreate any of these if you had the supplies? Would you try to recreate it? If you do, send me pictures in my email. It's linked in the description box below. And email me pictures.
Okay, that's it for this video. I really hope that you enjoyed it. And remember to be still and know that He is God.